Today I'm going to talk about 4 ways you're derailing your weight loss efforts, what I like to refer to as weight loss resistance. So let's be honest, some of these are fairly simple, but have a huge impact on our health. There are plenty of people that are derailing their weight loss efforts by over-exercising. I find far too many women are doing overly intense chronic cardio or things like CrossFit or really, really intense conditioning classes. There's nothing wrong with exercise. I want to be really clear about that. But if you're trying to lose weight, it is far more important to change your nutritional program than be doing intense exercise, especially if you're north of 40. In fact, I'm a big fan of strength training with a balanced approach to yoga or Pilates, or my favorite, which is solid core, walking, grounding work to help not tanking your cortisol. Remember, cortisol is a stress hormone, and if you're over-exercising and you're pushing too much effort in an effort to lose weight, you can actually have this backfire. Secondly, I encourage people to remove inflammatory foods. It's such an easy exercise in theory to do, but one that can be a true game changer. When I first went into perimenopause, the 5 to 7 years preceding menopause, it was dairy that was keeping a solid 5 extra pounds on me. In fact, I have a colleague who calls it the dairy 5. As soon as I eliminated it, it was gone for good, meaning that I lost those 5 pounds I could not seemingly get rid of. So what are the most inflammatory foods? Soy, gluten, grains, dairy, alcohol, and sugar. And recall that something as simple as doing a Whole30 is an easy way to do a dry run. See how you feel with these eliminations, and then if your symptoms still persist, then looking into food sensitivity testing is certainly reasonable. I like the MRT, which is based out of Florida, and that is the test I actually use with my own patients. Next, we have to talk about hormone imbalances. In fact, Dr. Sarah Gottfried estimates that 99% of weight gain is related to hormones, which makes a lot of sense, right? So supporting cortisol with sleep and stress reduction and dietary choices, insulin, which I talk about as the fat storage hormone, eating less often, focusing on protein and fat, those macros are really critical, and leptin, which is that satiety hormone, which we can support by maintaining a healthy weight, as well as weight loss if necessary, can help make an enormous improvement in your life. And lastly is sleep. I talk about how this is foundational to our health. And the sad thing is that over 1/3 of Americans have insomnia. That is a problem worse if you take into account the challenges women face as they get older. And certainly as we head into perimenopause and menopause, when progesterone is starting to get lower and lower in our bodies, can make it harder to have a more restful night of sleep. We know that not enough sleep impacts immune function, blood sugar instability, and hormone imbalances. You actually miss out on spikes in human growth hormone, which can help us build lean muscle mass. And we miss out on tapping into the glymphatic system, which is the waste and recycling process for sleep and our brains. Let me know what you're interested in learning more about.